The 49ers just beat the Seahawks 31-13 on Thanksgiving. Here are the 49ers grades for this performance. Brock Purdy, B-. He played well enough for the offense to score 31 points, plus he threw a beautiful 28-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk to seal the victory in the fourth quarter. But Purdy never had to play from behind. His run game gained 169 yards on the ground. His defense gave up 6 points, and he still threw a pick six and posted a quarterback rating of just 86.7. In a lot of ways, the 49ers won this game in spite of Purdy. Once he threw the pick six, Kyle Shanahan took the game out of Purdy's hands and called lots of runs and short passes until garbage time. Shanahan clearly lost confidence in his quarterback. It'll be interesting to see how much Shanahan trusts Purdy in a close playoff game. Running backs. A. Christian McCaffrey averaged 6 yards per carry and gained 139 yards from scrimmage and scored 2 touchdowns. And that's a regular game for him. He's clearly the MVP of this offense. Elijah Mitchell also averaged 5.6 yards per carry. He's healthy for the first time in a long time and looks terrific. Wide receivers. A-. Deebo Samuel had 94 yards from scrimmage and scored a rushing touchdown. He was excellent for the first time in a while. It seems like the big stage brought out the best in him. But Brandon Ayuk was the one who put the game away in the fourth quarter. He was clutch. Unfortunately for the 49ers, he got targeted only 4 times. That should never happen. The Niners let the Seahawks off the hook. Tight ends. B. George Kittle had only 19 receiving yards, but made excellent blocks in the run game. Offensive linemen. A. They gave up only 1 sack and paved the way for 169 rushing yards. John Feliciano was a big upgrade over Spencer Burford, who missed the game with the knee injury. Defensive linemen. A. They sacked Geno Smith 5 times. This defense has been so much better since the addition of Chase Young, who didn't register a statistic in this game, but freed up Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and Javon Hargrave, who all were outstanding. Linebackers. A. They dominated Seattle's running backs and helped limit the Seahawks to just 4.2 yards per carry. Defensive backs. A. Travarius Ward broke up 3 passes and Ambry Thomas broke up 2 while intercepting 1. They both were phenomenal and seemed like they knew what was coming before it happened. Deshaun Gibson also had a sack. Special teams. A-. They gave up a 66-yard kickoff return, but they caught the returner before he reached the end zone. Plus, they pinned the Seahawks inside their 20-yard line 3 times and recovered a muff punt. Not bad. Coaches. A-. Steve Wilks was phenomenal. He scouted the Seahawks' Stone Age offense perfectly and shut it down. His pass rush, his run defense, and his coverage all were elite. Wilks deserves a ton of credit after all the criticism he took during the first half of the season. Kyle Shanahan wasn't as good, although he did some good things, particularly in the first half when the 49ers scored 24 points. His run game worked all night, but his pass game was inconsistent at best, partly because Purdy didn't play his best game, but also partly because Shanahan didn't feature Brandon Ayuk, which is a strange decision, considering Ayuk has become an elite wide receiver the past few weeks. In the third quarter, Ayuk got 0 targets and the Niners scored 0 points. No coincidence. Then when it was time to put the game away in the fourth quarter, Shanahan finally called Ayuk's number and he scored a 28-yard touchdown because he's a game breaker. Shanahan should have gone to him in the third quarter. There's no reason to freeze out Ayuk. Bill Walsh never would freeze out Jerry Rice. Still, the Niners won their 3rd game in a row by a wide margin and now they're 8-3. And next week, they'll face the Eagles. And they just might win because they're just that good.